Examinations have a long and fascinating history. For thousands of years, societies have used exams to assess knowledge and skills. One early example is the imperial examination system in ancient China. This system started around 200 BC. It was a way to select government officials based on merit rather than family background. Candidates for the civil service had to pass rigorous exams on Confucian classics, history, and literature. This system lasted for centuries and had a profound impact on Chinese society. It valued education and scholarship. It also promoted social mobility. Ancient Greece and Rome had a different approach to assessment. They relied more on informal methods like oral examinations and practical demonstrations. For example, young men in ancient Sparta underwent physical and military tests to prove their fitness for citizenship. In ancient Athens, philosophers like Socrates used dialogues and debates to assess their students' understanding. These methods emphasized critical thinking, rhetoric, and civic engagement. These values were central to Greek and Roman education. The Middle Ages saw the influence of religion on education and assessment. In Europe, monasteries and cathedral schools used oral exams to test students on religious doctrine. The Islamic world, with its emphasis on scholarship, had a more advanced system of assessment. Universities in the Islamic world, like Al-Azhar in Cairo, used written exams to grant degrees. This practice influenced the development of universities in Europe. During the Renaissance, there was a renewed interest in classical learning. Humanist scholars emphasized critical thinking and a well-rounded education. This period saw the emergence of standardized exams. These exams were used for university entrance and graduation. The invention of the printing press in the 15th century played a crucial role in this development. It allowed for the mass production of books and exam materials. This standardization made it easier to compare students from different regions and backgrounds. The 19th century marked a turning point in the history of exams. Written exams became increasingly popular. They were seen as a more objective and efficient way to assess students. This period also saw the rise of standardized exams on a national scale. Countries like France and Britain implemented nationwide exams to regulate access to civil service jobs and higher education. This movement towards standardized testing continued into the 20th century. It was influenced by factors like industrialization, urbanization, and the need for a skilled workforce. Exams became increasingly globalized. International organizations like the UNESCO and the World Bank promoted standardized testing as a tool for educational development and economic progress. However, this global spread of exams also raised concerns about cultural bias and equity. The 21st century has witnessed a significant shift in assessment with the rise of digital technologies. Online exams have become increasingly common. They offer advantages like convenience, accessibility, and faster scoring. Adaptive testing, which adjusts the difficulty level based on a student's performance, has gained popularity as a more personalized approach to assessment. However, the digital age of assessment also presents challenges. There are concerns about the digital divide and equitable access to technology. There are also questions about the validity and reliability of online exams. Critics argue that traditional exams, whether online or offline, do not adequately measure skills like creativity, collaboration, and critical thinking, which are essential for success in the 21st century workplace. This has led to calls for alternative assessment models such as project-based assessments, portfolios, and performance-based tasks. These approaches aim to provide a more holistic and authentic assessment of student learning.